of styles, but it is all about communication and improving communication so that we can benefit, everyone across the board that needs information in a clear and concise manner. And I think, Don, that I can see you were caught off guard with this, but I think this could be of great benefit to you. You're a designer, right?
Yeah, he's our visual communications director for the Warrior Networking community. So yeah, and why don't I think there is? That's one of the reasons why I wanted you guys to both get out here, because I think there is probably some synergy there. Don, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself, since James drew the correlation there.
Yeah, my name is Don Huff. I design and illustrate information that communicates, educates, inspires, and entertains. What that looks like is logos and branding, business cards and brochures, websites and social media, and exhibits of all shapes and sizes. This week, what that looks like is I got 2 logos going. I've got some art posters for Wichita Falls going, and just launched a new website and another one coming up this week. Real excited about that. And I'm excited I'll be teaching in the fall in a few weeks at Dallas College, so may not see me as often.
Yeah, but we're glad you're here, Don. And again, I think there, James, where are you? Are you in Brazil right now, or where are you physically at?
Yeah, I'm currently based in Rio de Janeiro, although I do go back to the U.S. I was born in Milwaukee, so I'm a Midwest boy, and started my career there in Milwaukee and Chicago, and sometime in Los Angeles as well. But I'm a dual national. I'm a Brazilian American. My mom's Brazilian, and so I kind of split my time. I've been more here, especially with the pandemic. I spent it mostly here to be able to care for my mother, and who's 85. She's still healthy and all that, but to be a presence, I'm the only one in the family that could be a presence for her here with the type of work that I do. So I am proud to be able to be helping her.
Okay, great. So Colleen, I know you asked to audit, but I'm asking you to participate. So could you unmute? You can come on camera unless you're trying to be unmuted, but can you unmute and introduce yourself to this illustrious group?
Hey everyone, Colleen Struby, certified BeeKonnected coach. I also help people fall in love with follow-up. I've been doing this networking thing 20 plus years, and my thing is all about building relationships and connections. BeeKonnected was perfect. I got started with them in August of 2020, so it's coming up on 3 years while I was at the beach. So Kathy Peak brought me in, and excited to pull this platform into all of what I do. And I was put a message. I actually have my Fall in Love with Follow-Up process that starts in 15 minutes. So we get together on a daily basis and really help people to get their follow-up done. We don't do it for them. We're there as an accountability. Think of it as power hours for them to actually do that. And we tell them to go out to BeeKonnected, make your connections, go out to other social media, send greeting cards, do text, do email. So it's all about helping them get those habits in place.
Yeah, Colleen, I know you've been on my, and I apologize for not, I know you've been on my Warrior versus Zombie podcast. Did you do a mastermind for us as well?
I have not yet, no.
Okay, all right, yeah, so, yeah, but Colleen has been part of our community. We've been on this journey with BeeKonnected for a bit, so together, so that's great. Let me bring in Casey. I'm going to bounce around here. So Casey's part of our Warrior Networking community. And again, if you have a question and or a area of focus that you'd like us to focus on today, or at least talk about, go ahead and post it in the chat and we'll talk about that. But Casey, why don't you introduce yourself real quick? And again, let's try to keep it to, I want to get through everybody and then talk about some takeaways here. Okay, Casey.
Sure enough. Well, thank you so much. I am an educator talking to people about how activating their own stem cells can help mitigate a whole variety of health concerns and issues. I'm hoping that the BeeKonnected platform will help me learn more efficient ways to educate people, to get it out there to professionals so that they're comfortable with the whole concept. But I'm having a ball just helping as many people as I can. And it's been a real breakthrough in the health science field. So I'm Casey Ecker with LifeWave.
Awesome. Thanks, Casey. Appreciate you there. And I'm going to bounce over. Stacy Butler, are you able to unmute and introduce yourself here real quick?
Yeah, hi everybody. I'm Stacey Butler. I am a strategist, also a BeeKonnected certified coach. I help mainly wellness practitioners and other wellness coaches really streamline their back-end processes and really help them scale through automation and systems. So I'm kind of a tech head. So that's where this BeeKonnected platform kind of fits in for me, as well as just helping those just use tools and systems to help them just get more done and be more productive. So that's what I do. So thanks everybody. I'm excited to meet everybody.
And I'm glad you're here, Stacy, because there is a method to my madness. So I had Casey introduce herself, which she's focused in the wellness space and trying to figure out how to apply the platform. And one of the things in our VIP or our Elite 100 or certified coaches is we're all kind of in this together. This is a team, at least as I'm approaching it. So we're all here to kind of serve each other, and service is important. So Casey, you and Stacy probably ought to connect here and get to know each other. And again, that's one of the key advantages of this platform, and where people are going to get value is Casey is a consummate in-person networker here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area in our group. But we're looking to elevate everybody's game to get people out there, because there's no reason her impact can't be beyond this physical location, and utilizing this platform can actually help her. And so I'm glad you're here. There's a reason. I believe we all run our life. I run my life by divine appointments. So this is an opportunity for us to be at a place and have an opportunity to serve. Kim, are you able to introduce yourself, unmute, and share who you are? Kim. Not seeing it. Well, she's not online. Ricky, you were chatting earlier. Ricky is, if you've been on my podcast or heard my podcast, he's the singer-songwriter that wrote the theme song, It's Not the Getting There, for the Warrior versus Zombie podcast. So if you ever listen to that podcast, you'll hear Ricky's voice. But Ricky is also a serial entrepreneur and a gadget head himself. Ricky, what else do you want to say about yourself?
Well, I'm a chic razor blade spokesman and closet comedian.
Yeah, and so Ricky has actually embraced the certified coaching thing and is knocking that out. So he's here. He's kind of my wingman. We run a hybrid meeting with our group, our networking group, on Wednesdays, where we use the BeeVirtual platform for the virtual part, and we have people in the room. So Ricky runs the tech in the room on Wednesdays. So, and by the way, anybody here that's not here in Dallas-Fort Worth or wherever, you're welcome to join in on the same link on Wednesdays. We're from 11:30 to 1 Central Daylight Time. It's not, we don't post it live in the Hive, but anybody that's part of our community. So Kim is listening in. Doesn't appear. As we as we go in here, any thoughts, questions? Surely there, as we said before when we started off here, I think everybody saw did everybody see the agenda? So we've kind of talked about who we are and our angle on the beach ball, if you will. Any burning questions and or observations that people want to deal with regard to the platform?
Well, one of the things that I was talking to Dave about, I think even yesterday, is that when I tell people about BeeKonnected, their question is, well, I'm not really into multi-level marketing kind of thing, and that sounds kind of crazy. And I said, well, actually, it's not multi-level marketing. It's do you do Amazon? Do you order things from Amazon? They have an affiliate program, and sometimes you order from affiliates. Well, this business social platform has an affiliate program if you want to be a part of it. But if you don't want to, you can just be a part of it and do all the free stuff. And I think that's one of the things that we need to have a good answer for, is that this is a business social platform. What if LinkedIn, when they got started, had an affiliate program? That would have been a pretty cool thing, And so compared to LinkedIn, BeeKonnected has many more bells and whistles, useful things than LinkedIn does. But I like to think, well, man, what if LinkedIn would have had a affiliate program like Amazon in their beginning stages? That would have been a really good deal. So that's why I think it's a good deal, is that it's like Amazon, but it's a business social platform.
So yeah, it's actually social business, but that's okay. So anybody have any thoughts around that particular challenge? I know that, again, one of the things with coaching and so on, there's no recruiting per se, because you can just be on the platform for free. We've got hundreds of people on the platform right now in my sphere of influence that are just free members, and that's okay. And there's people that are paid members that aren't really necessarily interested in getting the affiliate commission. So that is, again, by the way, just to be clear, people who have an aversion to what I would call multi-level or network marketing or all those things really just don't understand. It's just a business model. I mean, I personally have a MBA from Wharton. I've been in all kinds of businesses, large to small. It's just a way of marketing your product. Now, the problem is it's pretty easy to get, most of them pretty easy to get into. Everybody, whether they want to or not, can go out and recruit, and people get turned off by it. So I understand that. I get that. It's okay. I mean, you can either be educated or you can, continue to go forward and just believe what you want to believe. And I don't worry about that. What other, any other thoughts on that whole discussion? Anybody else run into that? Any heartburn with that?
Yeah. I've actually gotten a fair amount of, well, you could call it negative feedback. I'm also working with Givers University, which is similar to BeeKonnected. It's a 2-tier affiliate system, which is not a multi-level. It's not a pyramid, because a pyramid goes on almost infinitely, and that's why the products are way too expensive. And so, but I think a lot of people I think there's a mix, I may be totally off base, but a lot of the people that questioned coming in and immediately saying, oh, it sounds like an MLM, are people that are also so deeply embedded in kind of a poverty mentality that, a lot of the people that I thought would really benefit from this, or even Givers University, are like, oh, it was all fear from the start. There wasn't even a decision to get more information, to learn really what the difference is, really understand the value to it and all of that. And like you said, David, you just got to let those people go, because if they're not ready for something that could transform their business, then there's no point trying to twist their arm. I don't want to twist people's arms to become a coach. That's ridiculous, right?
Right. Well, I mean, Casey, what do you think about it? Because you are part of a network marketing, direct sales company. What's your 2 cents on that?
Well, when I joined LifeWave, I didn't know that's what it was. I've never been a solo entrepreneur. I didn't know anything. I never even heard the term MLM. And when somebody asked me, are you part of an MLM? I go, what the heck is that? So I didn't even know. So I came on really green, and all I wanted to do was help people that were in pain, because my pain was alleviated. So I thought, I just want to share that. And I asked the gal who introduced me, I said, could I do that? Is that all right? She said, well, yeah, that's the point. so that was my introduction to MLM.
Yeah, and that really is actually an interesting thing, Casey, and thanks for sharing, because I really think, when it comes to it, as I say, it's really the product, or the platform or the service, however you want to describe it, that is what people really, I mean, if it doesn't provide value to you, if you don't know how to provide value, and that's kind of what we're trying to do here, is provide value. I mean, whether it's free or, top end $49.95 a month, and whether you want to get an affiliate, or not, all those are decisions you get to make. So there's nothing that you're, quote, getting into. I mean, if you're getting in and opting in and you don't really want to get any value, then yeah, it's not worth the point, right? So that's a great point. You got in, you started learn because it helped you, right? You're like what you would call a product of the product. It helped you, and then you started to share. So that's the whole thing. But if somebody's not using it, you can't expect that. But what
I've learned through this is that when people are more apt to be open to hearing about this particular product, when they're really hurting, when they really have tried other options, and so they're open. If you are perfectly healthy and you are having no problems, you're less apt to want to learn more. So that's what I'm hearing. And so it's the same with anything else. If your business
same thing here. Exactly.
Right. So if we can fill a need, if anybody else can fill a need, then people are more open to it if they need that. So that's very helpful. Is there some way, or is there available some written format to say what the affiliation is, what it provides? Is there a listing? Is there something that when we share it with other people, we have it on hand? Is there something that way?
So
there are documents. Yeah.
Go ahead, Ricky or James or.
Yeah, there are documents. I mean, you might not necessarily want to share it to people unless you're going to be an affiliate, because I mean, you would, if you pass that on to someone and you're not already an affiliate, if you're not a user, you could help them, which would be great. It's always about service. That's why we're doing the coaching thing. I mean, we're probably going to be working really hard for whatever downstream income we're going to have. We're going to have to provide a lot of value for that. And that's why I'm doing it, because I would like to be on the ground floor of making this happen. But I do know that this taking off, I won't have to worry about being a one-trick pony, because for someone that gets involved in it, I mean, there's going to be revenue for the rest of your life. When this platform takes off, anyone that gets in at this coaching level, or that even comes in as an affiliate and like comes in as a paid member and then becomes an affiliate, which doesn't cost any more than just being a full paid platinum member. You just have to ask for it. It's not just given to you, you have to ask for it. But then everybody down, one layer down from you, and everyone one layer down from them, 2 tiers, right? You're the A, then the next person is the B. And if that person gets 100 people over the lifetime of their channel to come in and become paying people. You get affiliate money on all of that forever, as long as they're paid members. I mean, you can be retired, living wherever you want to live, and that money will come in. And that is it doesn't exist in any of the social platforms. You know, the social platforms are all about, Zuckerberg having billions of dollars, which is fine. You know, he's a success and that's great. But when someone wants to provide it, just like LifeWave, I have a friend that does LifeWave out of Phoenix, Michael Wheaton, and he loves it. And it's changed his life. It's changed his brother's life, who had a stroke and all that stuff. He got his brother walking again, the LifeWave. You know, so it's an amazing thing to help people. But at the same time, it can be a revenue stream for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think that's an important thing. But in the beginning, one of the things we have to realize is that, yeah, there'll be some people that probably see the income opportunity, but there's a lot of value here. I put this little quick video together with the help of AI. It's like 59 seconds or whatever, that I shared on the BeeFeed today in promoting this thing. But it's actually, by the way, for those in the Warrior Networking community, this video is actually in our meetup video. If you ever went to the main page for Warrior Networking Richardson Plano, but here I'm going to share this real quick just so you see it. And then we're also don't run away before we talk about James's profile builder PDF that I'm going to share with you as well. May answer some of. Okay, so I put that together, which if you read it and you understand, it's really a 59-second description of what social business is versus social media. And when you're really talking to people about the functions, obviously we have this virtual media platform. We have the ability to share things in a feed to the community, and you have access to the entire community. You can build your own groups. You can do all this stuff. And you can build out a profile as a member. And you, by the way, you don't have to be even a paid member. You can just be a free member and build out your profile. So if you're a networker, like I think Casey and Don and probably all Ricky, we all are, is out there trying to build connections. The connection generator, that's the AI part of it, that actually identifies 6 people who are aligned with you, probably going after similar markets that you can connect with. So one of the things when you're networking, you're always trying to connect to people who can also introduce you to other people, and or not necessarily buy your stuff, but at least know who you are and introduce you, because that's a bigger way of looking at it. And here we have a global community that you can do what maybe a lot of people are out there investing a lot of time and energy into local networking. We have 2,000 people who have flowed through, and a few hundred that are in that. So back to Casey, that was kind of targeted at Casey's question, but also there are a lot of different things. So maybe I'm making a note here, we probably ought to do, we probably won't have time necessarily to do it today. Maybe we can do a quick orientation, but maybe in the next Coach's Corner will go through kind of an overview of, or an orientation on the various components that people can learn about and take advantage of as they apply the platform. Again, the platform is only good if you use it. And the problem is, people need to, one of the first things you need to understand is the value of using it and why it's different than maybe something they've already invested some time in.
Right.
What other?
I think there's if I may, there's something really unique about it that attracted me. Mike Raber was the one that turned me on to BeeKonnected. And that is that it's not where people are going to be posting, pictures of their lunch or their cat or anything like that. I mean, when it ramps up, because right now, if you go and I've been running the connection generator nonstop, like virtually every day, I've been trying to make connections, and only a very small slice of people connect, because I think the vast majority of the people that came in earlier months ago, it's like a lot of the social media platforms, they came in, they joined, they saw they could join for free. They came in, they didn't complete their profile. They didn't, they're not actually monetizing the other social platforms. I mean, I'm a perfect example. I haven't done anywhere near what I could be doing on Facebook, Instagram, or any of that. I have a very scarce presence. And it is daunting because of the way that those platforms are set up. Like a Facebook group has 3% reach. So you can have 10,000 members and you're only going to reach 3% of them when you want to tell them about an event. It's ridiculous. And BeeKonnected is 100% reach. Like you reach every single person in your group. So for a person that actually wants to grow a business and is going to do the things to get it to happen, you have total reach for the people that follow you. And that's amazing. That's really fantastic. That doesn't exist anywhere else. And now with Frank coming on, who worked at Google, like most of Frank worked at Google for 15 years in the beginning. He's supposed to be a master of Google advertising, and he expects to be able to bring in hundreds of thousands, if not millions, in the next several months of new people. And those should be fresh people coming in. So the fact that we'll be there to get them jump started, anybody that's looking for more business, this is going to be a prime opportunity. Your posts reach, well, for the paid members, the posts reach out to everybody. The groups, you have full reach on the groups, even as a free member. The ability to stream to 5 platforms. I mean, it's unparalleled what this can do. So I'm super excited about these coming months.
And so one of the things that people know about me is I'm very measured in that I want people not to be motivated, but I want them to be inspired. So the whole thing is I want you to, one of the things is we're, as coaches, the intention really is for us to help understand how we can take you for, I mean, if you're totally fine, I got to say, this is really easy for me. It's, by the way, the platform is simple. I know you can do it. And, there's a lot of opportunity here, however you slice it, however you want to do it. But if you're totally set with where you're at and everything's working fine for you and you're getting all the leads you need and you're getting all the business and you don't need any more revenue, first of all, I'm going to ask you, why are you networking? But if you're not, then how do you take it to the next level? And you made a point, James, which was the social media platforms out there. Pick one. It doesn't matter. All the big ones, billions of people, millions of people out there. The difference is that in here, just like in your networking group, it's me connecting to Casey, me connecting to Don, me connecting to James, me connecting to Stacy, me connecting to Kim, me connecting to Colin, and her connecting to me. And then we get to know each other. We build a relationship. We ultimately trust each other, and then we'll refer business. That's how it works. That's how BeeKonnected works. That's what social business is. However, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, you name it, they're social media platforms. What is the difference? they don't care whether you ever get any value out of it as long as you stay on the platform. That's why they're okay with posting cat photos and silly videos and that kind of thing. And nothing wrong with, you know, entertainment, but that's what media is, right? And so here you get on, you do business, you get off. And so to your point about reaching out to connect to people, some people got on because they thought it was like the other platforms. And so, oh, I opted into that. Yeah, I'm there, not doing anything with it. Okay, so, you know, if you show up in the network meeting and never do your 30-second commercial and you never follow up and have a one-to-one with anybody, how much value are you going to get out of going to networking? You may show up every week, have a good lunch and say hi to everybody, and everybody may feel good, but you ain't doing much business, right? And that's what we're trying to do here. That's what the coach is about, to give clarity when, and I know some of you don't know anything about Frank or any of that. It's not about Frank. It's about the fact that the company's moving to a global advertising program with a guy who created the Google Partner Program, was on the ground floor. And if you know anything, people in that program did monetize Google. That's a lot of things people don't realize. People are in that partner program, brought on lots of people onto Google and in that platform. That's what Frank did. So that's what we're going to be doing here. So what does that mean? That means that instead of being 20,000 people on this platform with varying degrees of utilization over time, we're going to see 1 million people on the platform. Plus, I mean, there's billions, you know, on these other platforms, but even a small part of that will generate a substantial amount of business. It doesn't take a lot for Casey, for example, to grow her business, right? You know, you get a customer here, a customer there, you know, but sometimes that pipeline can be pretty deep and pretty long. And how do you connect with somebody? You know, I get 35, 40 requests to meet a day on LinkedIn. Most of them are spam. Most of them are, you know, whatever. So this is different. This is like somebody asking me in a network meeting to have a one-to-one. Let's get to know each other. You asked me on this platform to have a one-to-one. We're going to have a meeting. What else? Stacy, what are your thoughts? Because Stacy, you're relatively new to the platform. You're in the health and wellness. You're like Casey. What are you finding, or what do you want here? You're on mute, by the way.
I think for me, it's with my current client set and future clients, it's about helping them be more productive, right? And so it's about streamlining those processes. So for this particular platform, we get a couple of certain things some people are using multiple platforms for. They get that all in one tool. And so relatively, I don't even think about affiliates. I think about the platform itself and what it can do for somebody in saving them time, especially wellness practitioners who want to be helping their clients. They don't want to be in the back end of their business. And so like streaming, for example, is a good, you know, they want to go and stream on the social media platforms, and they're able to do that here without having to get another tool like StreamYard, et cetera. Mm-hmm. They're able to have their own group here, so they don't have to be in multiple places. So it's about kind of like a one-stop shop, mm-hmm. As well as just being able to help them with, you know, the meeting platform is really what I sell a lot more. And I say sell, but it's because you can do so many different things you can't do in Zoom, right? And so for those who want to show different things, it makes a lot of sense for them when they're with their clients, in helping them through things like signing on forms. It's great for onboarding. It saves a lot of time on that face-to-face versus, oh, let me send you that in an email, right? Well, versus here, they can just fill it right online with the person and they can walk them through that. And so I think that saves a lot of time. So that's kind of my things that I'm going through in the sense of getting folks. And of course, I've transformed my business myself in using this platform and making it work for me, right, too. So I think as more people see the features, they ask more questions, right? So I think That's kind of where I've been going with it.
Stacy, who is your target audience? Who
So
are
I
you?
work with a lot of wellness practitioners, so functional nutritionists, doctors of all sorts. I work with a lot of health and wellness practitioners, so life coaches, health coaches, wellness practitioners, functional nutritionists, anybody who's in the wellness space is kind of like what I is kind of my, it's not that I don't help other folks, it's just that in the wellness space, that's who I help. So like, for example, I do a lot of essential oils. So I help other practitioners how to use essential oils in their business. So I kind of, you know, for those who may not have that, it's sort of like giving them one-stop shop for them to have somebody who can help them with that, all of their practice, right? So from helping them figure out social media platform to what my customer journey is to what systems should I be using. Maybe I'm using too many systems, which is the right, maybe I'm using the wrong system, which is usually the case, right? Or they don't have one. Then we help define that and get them moving forward. So that's so wellness practitioners, functional nutritionists, doctors, life coaches, health coaches, all that. That's kind of my primary.
So you
So
should
Dave,
probably.
do you see that? Dave, do you see that? Well, let me back up. Last night I saw a post that a doctor was asking how to get the word out to other doctors. She is incorporating the stem cell patches in her practice. She wanted to know how she would implement them with her staff. How do they do that? And then how to get the word out to the other people that are in her practice and who she's affiliated with. So that was the question that was posed. And I thought, wow, that's pretty stepping forward there. I'm really pleased by hearing that. So I'm not sure how, will this platform be able to afford her that opportunity to reach out, across the country, I would imagine.
Well, it's across the globe, and the answer to that is yes, and it will evolve to that as we go forward. The thing is, at this point, we are building the thing we want, and you're building the thing. So let me do this before we've got 11 minutes, and I want to make sure I don't forget. I promised you guys this. So I'm going to show you just the first image of this PDF that I'm going to put up, a thing you can download right now. And that's one of the cool things. This is media sharing on the platform. So you can, as opposed to sharing screen, which we can also do like with Zoom, you can also have media sharing. So James put this together, and it's a quick and easy setup form. If you're on the platform, which everybody here, I believe, in fact, I'm sure has a BeeKonnected, even if you're free, you need to have this, your profile built out. The reason I can explain this in-person networking terms, in that if you have this profile built out, and you can say, oh, I'm over here on BeeKonnected, and let's follow up. And they say, well, what are you doing? Well, here you can, if you have your profile built out, you can have websites, you can have collateral materials, you can have pictures, you can have your background, you can have your bio, you can have all this stuff right there. And so you go to a network meeting, you do your 30 seconds, they say, I'd like to follow up. And you say, well, here, go to my link. Well, this is the PDF. I'm going to put it up here. So this is again part of our media sharing or widgets is this is, by the way, this part is not available. If you download this, if you click on this, it should download this PDF, which is James created. And I love it because even though you can do all of this online, it actually walks you through, and you can put it in. So you can basically answer all the questions and build out your whole profile, cut and paste, put it in, and it has the answers and stuff, so you can get it all done. And then it'll take you what? James, what's your take on how Has everybody clicked on that?
Got it.
Okay. Just want to make sure before I take it off. So
Yeah, how long it takes to, like, once
yeah,
you fill it out.
once you get that filled out, how much would you? I had already, mine's already filled out, so but I've had a few people use it, and their profiles, like next time I went back and checked, they were built out. So it obviously helped them.
I think it takes the stress away, because when you're online, there's the stress. You've got a box to put who I am, and it's 5,000 characters, which is a lot of characters. So you're probably not going to go over there, but you're online and you're writing it, and then you post it, and then you second guess it. And then there's also, in the business info, you only have 250 characters, which shows up on your personal profile, and that's a much tighter number of characters to say essentially what your business does. So the box actually allows only 250 characters in the PDF, so you can make sure that you've got your 250 or fewer characters, because it won't let you put any more in there. So when you get back to your profile, you just copy everything that's in that text box, paste it in. Your social media handles. And what's interesting is, like, it has what's your Facebook, what's your YouTube, and all that. And it's really easy to have this PDF, and then it's available for you on your computer. If someone's like, oh, what is your YouTube channel? And you're like, oh, I don't even know. Let me go find it. Well, it's in the document for you. And then what's cool too, because in the connection generator, AI is designed so that who you pick as your target market, those target market categories, it will align you with people that are looking for your similar target market. So that's actually more of a networking type connection generator. But you can play the connection generator by changing. So you can even save a different version and say, oh, I even say that in the PDF, save a version that's for your ideal client. And then you can make your target market actually, you can modify the target market to have the connection generator give you different results. And it's something that's worth playing around with. But then you can save different versions. Like, here's the one that I want when I want to network, because it's going to bring you those people. Oh, let's play around. Let's change my interests, because that's what's cool about BeeKonnected. You put in your interests, you put in your career, your past career, and your target market, and you could play with those, and you're going to yield different results from the connection generator. And then you can save a version like that and see which one. So if, oh, I'm targeting doctors, you could make it so that you're going to get doctors showing up. When I put in my target market was small businesses, entrepreneurialism, coaching, and all that, I get coaches, right? And I am a coach. I'm in business, but I also do coaching, performance coaching, and so you can modify that in order to expand your network to not just be like-minded people, but to also find your clients.
Yeah. So when you go through James's PDF, you're going to see both the public profile and the private profile, which nobody sees, but it's really, you're putting in your experience, your background, and it uses that information to tee up. Because every time you go and click on Connection Generator and BeeKonnected, it'll give you 6 people that are aligned to your private profile, aligned to that. It also prioritizes people who are well behaved. So we tend to screen out, if you will, trolls and spammers, if you will. So that it's part of the coolness of a thing. Well, we've got about 4 minutes. So what I would like to do is, in our next session, which right now is next Monday, I got it scheduled. It's on the calendar. We'll have other sessions. Anybody, we kind of provided you a tool to get the profile built out. What else would, whether you're, and again, coaches, you guys can weigh in too. What kinds of things would you find the most useful? I think knowing this virtual platform, knowing, for example, how to set this up is important to get started. I think those are the 2 most important bits, if you will, in just getting functional on the platform as a member, if you will, even without it. What do you think? Go ahead.
David, I had a quick question. So as you're sharing this to new people who are not on the platform, so let's say you have your show and they're not yet on the platform, how are you getting them? Do they need, you know what I mean? Because it makes them log in first, right? Before they can see the show. Is that correct? Like the event page?
On the BeeKonnected show, yeah. I mean, if they want to be live on the show, then yes, they have to come in and register for free. So
Gotcha.
basically, if you want to see it live in the Hive, I actually my Warrior vs. Zombie podcast is on all audio platforms, as well as on the YouTube channel, which is also the replays on that. So, but yeah. Any other topics that we should plan, or that from everybody's thoughts here? I'm just going to write them down. We're not going to address them right now. Any other?
Well, on the virtual side, the fact that you can do the meetings and the person doesn't have to sign up, that's how I've attracted some people in, is to just, hey, here, let's meet here. Instead of meeting on Zoom, let's meet here. And they just give their first name and click. They don't have to sign up, which is a great way to bring a client into your space. And then you can share all sorts of things, like especially if you want to share, links or lead magnets or work, or even as a designer, if you want to show samples to someone, it's an awesome way. You can upload your samples into your widgets area, and then be talking with a client about what you want to do, and you can show the samples to them and give them an easy way to click through to do work. You can even monetize it. I mean, that's the goal, is that it's going to be monetizable, directly
monetizable, regardless of whether you're affiliate or not. Again, the affiliate, there's essentially, depending on your level of participation, there's 5 different additional income streams in addition to what you're monetizing. So we really, members should be, anybody should be focused on the business that they're in, whether it's, graphics design or health and whatever it happens to be. By the way, a tip that I'll give you, everybody here, that's added probably 50 people, not necessarily paid, but 50 people to the platform on my standpoint, is when somebody wants to have a one-to-one with me in a networking group, or they reach out to me, I say, okay, I give them this room, visionwarrior.beekonnected.com/meeting. I say, go to this link. In the lower left-hand corner, you can schedule a one-to-one. Get on my calendar. And I've gotten a lot of people who click on that before we even meet, for me to say, register for BeeKonnected, that click on my link. They say, that's pretty cool. And then whether you use Calendly, I use Book Like a Boss, but it doesn't matter. And then I see them pop up as a new, because it also says join me on BeeKonnected. So I don't even have, it's very passive. And again, this isn't my full-time job or anything. I'm doing, we're all doing this. That's the thing with even these certified coaches. James was, kind of pumped up about the revenue potential or the income potential, but still, it's just, there's no recruiting, and there's going to be a bunch of people given. If you like to train people and help people get up to speed, it's a great opportunity to do that. And you can actually make some money at it while you're working. It'd be nice to get paid, to do a lot of the stuff we do. Right. So anyway, well, I would appreciate any feedback, either, in the BeeKonnected chat and or in the networking group, as we prepare for next Monday. I know some of you, as coaches, I would offer, if you're doing sessions, tutorial or training sessions, if you'll make me aware of those, I'll share those with our group. Again, rising tide floats all boats. There's no competition here. We're all collaborating. And so let's add that. So if you've got any areas going into next week that you find that you're having a challenge with, or you'd like to do, but thank you again, James, for that PDF. I think that's a great tool, really is a great tool. And hopefully the tip about, it's not that hard to set up. There's tutorials, by the way, in setting up the virtual platform. But if you find yourself, and free members can do that as well, Casey, or anybody that's just still just a free member. You can set up your virtual platform and bring people in, or, you know, use it to build your effort. The other thing is, if you notice up here in the center, when it's active, I have a Warrior Networking group link there that takes people to our group chat, which is where, for the Warrior Networking folks, you can find our roster. We have a roster, a members directory and stuff that you can download in that chat or from that chat, so you don't have to wait till our weekly networking meetings. So anyway, so that's what we got. I appreciate everybody being here. I try to be respectful. I've taken two minutes more of your most valuable asset than I intended to. So at this juncture, the meeting is officially adjourned.